On this episode, we are breaking down the Winter Classic and all of the shenanigans that we got into in Chicago.
And breaking news, Canada sucks at hockey now.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast brought to you by BetMGM. We are back from Christmas, back from New Year's, back from the Winter Classic. We are back in the studio, and I am hitting the table right now, baby. I'm feeling juicy. I'm feeling good. I am your boy, your host, Dan Powers, along with me,
As always,
my dearest only brother, Chris Powers.
worst brother.
You are my favorite brother. You're also my least favorite brother.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
Yeah, there's a real puzzler for you.
Depends on the day, my friend. I'll tell you, I've got the post-Christmas blues. Worse than I've had them in a long time.
I get them you're right. I get them every year.
Yeah.
And
You usually get it on Christmas Day. That's how bad you get it.
Yeah,
like Christmas night rolls around and you start like heavy drinking and like getting real.
Dude, you're
real
right.
sad.
You're right. And for those of you that know me, and I feel like I know all you, but for those of you who really know me, pretty upbeat guy. Rarely am I having a down in the dumps day.
Can I caveat that?
Yep.
The people who think they know you would say that. The people who really know you know what a sick man you are.
Sick thoughts. I used to have sick thoughts, dude.
But you still have them.
Yeah.
You just hide them from 99% of the world.
0.9.
You know who I think he became aware last Stanley Cup. And now after getting back from the Winter Classic, who is aware and like has pulled me aside a couple times and he's like, dude, your brother is a demon. And like you told me that, and I didn't believe you, but now I know it's true.
G.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were going to
G
say
knows, dude.
Because he gets mad at me now.
G knows. Like he's like, you are the problem, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You are
I act like I just go along with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting dragged into this, but I'm the cause of everything.
You are a sick fuck, dude. And you're fueled by hatred and like vengeance.
But dude, you want to find me down in the dumps, you come find me on Boxing Day.
Yeah. Boxing Day's a bad day for you.
Oh, dude. It's, you know how Happy Gilmore's like 365 days till next hockey season.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when Christmas ends.
Listen, it doesn't hit me as early, but I brought it up. The post-Christmas blues are real this year. It was such a good Christmas. It was so great. I got to get away from here and all of these people.
Yeah.
All of you. No, I'm kidding. But like it was it's been an awesome year. It's been a grind. Done a ton of stuff, and I was super excited to get home and enjoy Christmas, and it was just a good Christmas. We got a nice snow.
Yes, dude, right before. Oh, that was huge.
Had a great Christmas day. Shout out Mom, Dad, Sandra, Alice.
Yep.
Just a great time. And I was loving it. And now it's over.
Now it's over, and it's a year away from ever having that much fun again.
Dude, it's just like, it's so brutal how summertime's great, right?
Yeah.
You got summer Fridays. There's usually fun shit going on in the summer.
Wedding.
Weddings, events, trips. Then you get to the fall. And you got holidays that show up.
A few more weddings.
You got the high holidays.
Yeah.
You've got a few fall weddings. You've got Halloween. You've got Thanksgiving. You've got Christmas. After Christmas and New Year's, it does feel like, what are we working for here? What do we have the sights locked on?
Dude, there are some sneaky days off, I will admit.
Yeah. MLK Day comes up
right
quick.
up. Yeah, but
shout out the doctor.
Yeah.
Thanks for hooking us up in January.
But it's really Memorial Day. You're on just a grind till Memorial.
Like we are on a crash course for Memorial Day. Like it's like that is the only thing gets you through. And ski season.
Yep.
Ski season's big.
Gas.
Huge.
Dude, can I read your IG that you sent me?
Yes.
Because this was a killer.
It's so true.
Dude, I didn't even like reading it. That's when you know it's a good one. This says, should I say who it is? I don't know who this person is.
No, I don't know who the person is either. It's just so funny.
I have never come back from any holiday feeling relaxed, refreshed, and reinvigorated to get back into work. I come back with the taste of freedom still fresh in my mouth, a renewed hatred for work, and a strong suspicion that this is not what I should be spending my life doing.
Bro, it's
dude,
the most accurate thing in the world.
That hurts. That
It's the
hurts.
most accurate thing in the world.
That hurts bad.
And you know what's funny, man? In Europe, you get paid 2x December at a lot of companies. They pay you twice your salary for the entire month because they want you to be able to have money to go on a nice vacation, a nice holiday. And then you come back and everyone's like, tell us about your, like, this is awesome. Tell us about your holiday. I believe it exists there.
Yeah.
Here, you bankrupt yourself just to fly home for the holidays.
Yep.
And then you just enjoy your life for the first time in 11 and a half months. Yeah. And then you come back to your miserable existence and go, why am I here?
Dude, you wonder why Boxing Day is the worst day of the year for me. And that's
we just
why.
figured it out.
That's exactly why.
It's insane.
Because I know it's over.
Some of the good things that happened over the holidays, of which there were many, I want to talk about Christmas Day. Now, credit to you. You are the best gift giver I've ever met in my life. And I'd like to say that I am a good gift giver.
You are.
But you are an idiot savant when it comes to gift giving. Like you have a superpower.
I have
your autistic superpower is gift giving.
It's called special interest, by the way.
Yes. It's your special interest. Yeah.
in the A community.
Yeah.
It is called special
Your
interest.
special interest.
My special interest is gift giving.
You, as a member of the A community, your special interest is gift giving. And it's remarkable. Like, this guy will fucking go to the greatest lengths to come up with the most unique and personalized gift. And here's the thing, dude. A lot of times, it's a useless gift.
Oh, it's most of the time.
Like, I will use it for absolutely nothing.
Yep.
But it is incredibly thoughtful. For Wags, for your edification and the listeners here, my favorite movie of all time is Gladiator. And this fucking psychopath got me a handcrafted miniature wooden box that when you open up, there's a stenciled photo of the Gladiator poster and then a hand crank that I can barely pinch with my two fingers.
Yep.
That when you play it, inside a music box plays a small bit of the score to Gladiator.
Yep, that's
It's an incredibly thoughtful gift that I will literally never use. Like, it has been displayed on my bookshelf in my bedroom at my home, where I will always go like this. Look at that lovely gift from Chris. I will literally never use that.
It's been cranked for the last time.
Yeah, probably. Probably. And I assure you that years will go by when it's not cranked. Yeah. Like, every now and then I'll be around that bookshelf and I'll be like, I'll go give it a crank. I'll crank one out.
Yeah.
But I promise you that'll go away after a while.
Oh, for sure.
And then it will just sit there. Does not take away from the fact that it's a lovely gift. So, all of that preamble to say, it is a tradition amongst the two of us that usually when we're opening gifts at Christmas, Chris likes me to open his last because he's got a sneaking suspicion his gift will be the best.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. We do a lot at Christmas. We wake up, we go to our Uncle Al's. Great time. We go to our family friend, the Hugheses, have an amazing time. Then we come home, having an also amazing time. There's a lot of drinking.
Yeah. Once we get
Christmas Day, we've got Christmas songs on in the background. We've got Christmas movies.
Christmas Story on repeat.
It's like flying. The altitude will get you. The Christmas spirit will get you.
Yeah.
It's emotional.
Emotional day.
A lot of emotions, good emotions going on Christmas Day while opening presents. Chris gives me a Christmas present this year. I think it was the last present of yours that I opened.
I might have been.
If it wasn't, it was the second to last.
Yep.
And this fucking idiot in his like Grinch PJs at 37 years old.
That I got at 35.
Hands me a box, a lovely wrapped Christmas box. I open the Christmas box, and keep in mind, Chris's lovely girlfriend is sitting right next to me on the couch, who is a member of the family. I open this gift, and inside the box is another box, and I pull out the box, and I flip the box over to see that it's a cardboard box that has like a little opening that I then pry open. And fucking Chris is hovering over me as I'm sitting on the couch opening this box, just like hands on his hips, smiling at me like, "Oh, I can't wait to see."
Just like seeing the look on the face.
Yeah, it's a look on their faces. I open this box and I pull out a singular baby shoe, a Nike Panda Dunk. I'm a fan of Nike Dunks. I'm wearing them right now. And I just pull out a baby's shoe. And I, in my opinion, which was confirmed by Sandra, confirmed by other people in our lives, I, in the very quick moment, suspected the only thing was that this was Chris's way of telling me that he and his girlfriend are pregnant. And I'm holding this baby shoe, and I looked up at you, again, full of wine.
Yeah,
full of wine. Tyrion Lannister over here. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And this fucking idiot is just staring at me. And I'm staring back at him, and then I look at Sandra, and it's like texting.
Sandra's watching TV.
Yeah, she's like watching the Christmas movie. She then looks up and looks at me staring at her like, oh my God. She looks at my hands, and then she's like, what the fuck is that? I think she literally goes, what is that?
Yeah.
And then I look up at Chris, and he just, with that dumbass smile, looks at me and goes, it's a putter cover. So, like, this fucking deranged Christmas monster gave me a baby's shoe and assumed, and I want everyone to know, we'll post a photo of it. I'll make sure that this gets in the pod. This is not like, it's clearly a putter cover with like Velcro on it and it's made to look like a shoe. It's literally just a baby's sneaker that someone took the sole out of as if that makes it more appropriate for the putter cover. Dude. It's just a baby shoe, and you couldn't fathom that maybe I would come to that conclusion.
When I saw your face, I knew.
You knew you had fucked up.
Oh, and then it made perfect sense to me. But then I could see, dude, it was like a magic eye, and like I was looking at.
You had finally pulled it far enough away,
and I was like, oh, and dude, all I want to say is this. First of all, actually, there's two things I want to say.
This better be good.
One. You are 100% right. Everyone on earth reacted the way you did, except for Phil Negus. Shout out Negus, shot me a text that was like, I knew that was a putter. I was like,
oh, fuck off. What? He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Like, come on, dude. And then two, I saw Dan's, when I was looking for gifts for Dan, Dan's golf bag, he has a sick bag and he has cool head covers on all his other clubs except for a putter. He does not have a putter cover because he was kind of going through a bunch of different putters. And I was like, ooh, a like swaggy putter cover would complete the ensemble that is his bag.
Great gift. I got to give it to you.
And I went down a hole, as I always do in this, of like, because I don't know what I'm going to get you. I just know putter cover. So I start looking up like Bruins putter covers, which took me to like, one of them had Happy Gilmore on it. I was like, oh, maybe there's like Happy Gilmore putter covers. I was like looking for those. And I was just deep in the weeds of the internet of unique custom putter covers. And then I saw a site that makes Nike Dunk putter covers, and as Dan said, he likes Nike Dunks, and I was like, oh, that's a great one. Like, what a cool, and I was like, that's kind of gas, like a little Nike Dunk on the putter.
I'm here to say that company are fucking frauds,
dude. Agreed.
Because all they do is buy baby shoes, take out the sole, and then go, look at our custom made.
And Dan, I don't know how in the moment I didn't think it would just be a small dunk. Like in my mind, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like maybe more shaped to I don't know. I don't know what I thought, but I was like, Nike Dunk putter cover, sick. And I got it. I got you the Panda one. And then when it came, because I shipped it home, so when I got home, I was like opening boxes to make sure all my gifts had arrived. And I opened it up, and I kind of did react to myself like, oh, wow, this looks just like a miniature shoe. Yeah. Instead of like, I thought there might be like a sleeve on it. You know, like a driver cover has the sleeve on it. So I was like, well, whatever. So I also reacted like, oh, that's funny. But I didn't at any point clock that you guys react that way. And the only other defense I have is that Sandra was tuned up with us all day.
Yeah, but dude, I was tuned up too. Like, I'm not thinking about that in the moment. Come on, I'm just.
You're like, is she pregnant?
Yeah, I'm like this. Sandra is like 2 bottles of wine deep with me right now. What is going on?
Dude. I was like, that is ridiculous.
Oh, fucking A.
I got lampooned for that by everybody, dude.
As you should have.
For days after. I couldn't escape the putter cover saga.
It was remarkable. It was truly remarkable behavior from you. Not in a good or bad way. It was so just like, it was stunning God stuff. Damn.
Yes, dude. Yes, that's exactly that, Wax.
That's it. It's a baby shoe, dude.
Because Wags, it is a baby shoe. To be very clear,
that is the thing.
It is
like,
literally
you know
a baby shoe.
The guy who started that company was one day like sitting in his house and he had his putter in his hand, probably watching the Masters.
Yeah.
And his little kid ran in from outside playing around, and he was like, "Oh, dude, like, you know," he takes his shoes off. His kid's like sitting around, and he was just holding both and was futzing with them, and then he was like, and it was a Cinderella moment. He was like, "Oh my god,
I'm rich.
this fits perfectly."
Yeah, because
I have a good idea.
Yeah.
The guy then goes to the local Kohl's and buys every set of baby shoes and then goes custom putter covers.
Dan, I'm actually pissed at myself that I didn't just go get a baby shoe at Dick's because
How much did that cost?
I don't want to tell you.
Tell me right now how much that cost.
I think it was $150.
You're shitting me.
Maybe 100. See if you can find that out online.
No,
How much are baby shoes?
baby Nike. I literally just typed in baby Nike dunks. The first hit is a Nike Panda dunk for $55. You fucking idiot.
See, like
You've been had, dude.
I've been had.
You've been had. You could have had one yourself. You could have given anyone with a blade putter. Dude. Anyone with a blade putter.
I could have got 2.
Unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love that at all. Maybe it was 100. Maybe it's 100.
There are some of these. There's an even better one here. It's a green and white Nike dunk. It would have been better than the Pandas for $39. I could have gotten the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Retro Lows for $123. Would have saved money.
Yeah, but you don't want Air Jordans. You don't want those.
I would have rathered the Travis Scott baby shoe putter than the Nike. The
Panda let's dunks. Return it, Dan. Let's return it. I
am like, this is insane, Chris.
I gotta find the receipt. See how much
this person is getting away with highway robbery. I've potentially blown up someone's business right now,
dude. Because we gotta return it. Unfortunately,
100% we return it and we buy a new pair of baby dunks
and I get 2, dude.
Yeah, you have one, I have one.
I couldn't believe when it just was the shoe.
It's literally just a shoe.
I was like, oh.
And it's so funny because, like I said, the sole has been taken out, and it's so apparent that the sole is taken out.
Yeah,
it's not like
the
they tried.
They
didn't like paint it or anything. Like they just took the sole out, which like
white.
I don't know. I guess that creates a little bit more space for the putter, but
yeah, maybe they could get wet. I don't know.
Absolutely insane.
That killed me, dude.
Funny enough, that was not the most insane thing that happened over this break, in my opinion.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
I am more worked up about this than you are.
Wags was there for this.
But we got to discuss this. Wags, you were there for this. So, for many people, over the Christmas, New Year's break also coincides with fantasy football playoffs and or championship
If you're lucky.
games. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky enough to make it there, Dan.
I was in a fantasy football championship. I lost. You were in one as well.
I was.
You have been in this league for how long?
Oh, man.
15 years?
Yeah, probably, dude.
Probably close?
Probably, yeah.
One of the more long-standing leagues of all time. This is a 10-person league with guys from our hometown. Mm-hmm. And I would venture to guess, of the 9 other guys, you have seen any of them maybe 4 times in the last 15 years?
No.
Or no, let's call it in the last 10 years.
I bet it's more than that, but it's low because it's like summer. I run into them at Cape Ned Country Club. You know, like I've seen Tyler a few times.
So you don't see these guys.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, and
these guys
they like
together.
draft. They do the draft together. They all golf. It's actually sick. I'm so jealous of it. It's Labor Day weekend. They do a golf round together, and then do the draft like live with each other. I'm the only one remote.
So you are very much the outlier
Yep.
of this league, and from my perspective, it feels like you being the outlier has bit you in the ass a couple times. Feels like maybe they don't appreciate or respect you as a member of this league like they would another guy who's around all the time. But that's neither here nor there. What we're here to talk about is this. You get into the final match, championship match, and you go up late. You got Deebo Samuel going. The guy you're playing had who going?
No one, Dan. So that was the thing. It was actually, shout out to the dude I was playing, an absolute slugfest of a final, like one you dream of. Every player on both teams absolutely going off, throwing haymakers, touchdown after touchdown.
It felt like for 3 straight days, you would like walk in a room and be like, this unfucking believable. Like this random guy has the best game.
Adam Thielen has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Adam Thielen is the best game of his fucking career.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, Chris is getting smoked in this game. And then we're in Chicago for the Winter Classic, and you were like, dude, Deebo just like caught a touchdown or something, and I'm winning.
So yeah,
Debo was doing jack shit.
It was going into Monday Night Football. He was done, and I was down, 7.6 points.
Yeah.
7.6 points, and I had Debo left.
Yeah. So then Debo catches some balls, maybe scores a touchdown. Chris wins. Then Debo fumbles a kickoff.
With like a minute left.
Like, why are you returning a kickoff, period, you fucking idiot, Debo Samuel? But he fumbles it.
And the Niners recovered. And in most leagues, you don't lose points for that if your team it recovers. But our league does lose 1 full point if you fumble and even if they recover.
Which is some bullshit.
Which is what happened.
But those are
the rules.
Chris, I was going to say, that's some bullshit. But you know what? Those are the rules.
Yeah.
And in society, we follow the rules. So Debo fumbles. Turns out, even with decimal points, you and this guy tie.
Dead heat.
Now, in the regular season.
Yep.
And in playoffs. Or not playoffs.
Not playoffs.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was just the final. But in the regular season, this league, a tie goes to the bench. But in playoffs, per ESPN fantasy football rules that you cannot change, the winner goes to the higher seed. Now, whether you think that's fair or not is completely irrelevant.
Erroneous.
Completely irrelevant because those are the rules set by your provider. You don't like it? Play fucking Yahoo Fantasy. And what happens? But poor Christopher wakes up the next morning to see the fantasy group chat up in arms. They can't believe it because Chris has been declared the winner, which he is, because you battled all season long to get the highest seed because you knew that it had value. You worked your ass off on the waiver wire, setting your lineup to make sure that you had the highest seed possible because there's a chance in a tie in the playoffs or championship game, it would make you the winner. Now, it turns out that no one else in Chris's fantasy league paid attention to this. So, on the group thread, they lost their collective minds. Understandable if you didn't know the rule. Now, learning new information that you may not agree with is a bummer. But these fucking spineless cowards, not all of them, some of them, declared, without speaking to Chris, the winner of their fantasy football league, decided that they should go to a vote and decide who should win. Because in the regular season, it's different. Got news for you guys. If you don't like something, you don't like the result of something, you can't just vote on it. You can't just go, oh, you know what? I didn't like how that went. I didn't like that so-and-so got a raise over me. Why don't we all do an office vote? You fucking rats, dude. Now, I will let you defend your fantasy group because it sounds like you came to a lovely collective agreement. And some would say, good response. I still think it is fucking hogwash. Because let me tell you one certain fact. You won your fantasy league, and anyone complaining about it is a fucking sore loser bitch boy.
Dude, I'll say this. What was crazy is that Monday was the 30th. So we were in Chicago already. And we were out at some events we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
But watching that game at the bar with everybody, and because I told all the boys that I needed Debo. Watching him get that tutty and us going crazy together, and then having him fumble, but me checking and knowing that the tie was a win. And everybody's like, oh, no, dude. And I was like, no, we're good. We fucking won, boys.
Oh, dude, it was insane. Like he fumbled, and we were like, no. And then he recovered, and we were like, oh, good. And you were like, we still lose a point for that. And we were all like, what? And then you were like, dude, we tied. And we were like, what are your bench points? And you were like, it's actually not
higher seeds. So I was like, he just nothing bad
We were like,
can happen.
He can't do anything bad. And then the game ends, and we were like, great job. You
so
won
like
your
we
fantasy.
all celebrate together all night. And especially like a couple of my other buddies who you know, you always have a few advisors who are in the weeds with you all fantasy season.
Dude. Oh, yeah.
I'm texting them like, dude, we did it. Thank you for all the advice all year. I fucking won. And then I to wake up to a million texts of like, Chris should lose, right? I was like, what the fuck?
Fucking insane. It's the most loser behavior I've ever heard. Like literally you wake up and you don't like the result.
There, but it made sense like why.
I get if the text thread was filled with, it's fucking insane that ESPN says it's the higher seed. That's bullshit. If those are the text, frankly, I agree. I'd be like, dude, I agree. That sucks. Like, why is it one way all season and then not in the playoffs? But unfortunately, that's that. Like, you can't then go like this. Oh my God, this is crazy. We should change the result, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you can't even do. Like, ESPN doesn't let the commissioner go in, and they were about to be like this. Let's go against something that is fixed in the system and give the money to someone else.
So yeah, that was a crazy, because dude, we woke up and we had a busy day on the 31st. It's like I wake up and I'm like, oh God, fuck, we had a late night. Now I gotta like get to work mode, and I just see like 80 texts declaring that I've lost the fantasy title.
We're ripping around Chicago doing a video with Nick Foligno on the day of the Winter Classic, trying to get shit done before the game. And then you told me this, and I couldn't do anything for the rest of the day. Like, you had somehow kept it bottled for like 4 hours all morning, and then you were like, by the way, dude,
a lot of shit going on.
And I almost jumped into the front seat and crashed the Uber.
Oh, bro, it was crazy. But I will say, the logic, well, you said this, the logic makes sense of like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was the tiebreaker. So it was a crazy ordeal, especially because I guess we didn't say this, but he had more bench points.
Yes.
The other kid. So like, that's why there was even confusion.
Yeah.
And they started to put it to a vote, which I was very rattled by, because I was like, so we're just going to vote on this. And then
it's pure anarchy. It's the most sore loser behavior I've ever seen.
Like there's a rule already. We don't need to vote. There's already a rule. But the kid I tied with hit me up on the side and was like, "Yo, dude, I don't want everyone to vote on this."
Like, so much spine.
Especially, dude, because it probably wasn't going to go my way.
You know, I know every one of these guys personally.
Yeah.
Love every one of these guys personally. But the man you were going against in the final, a man of honor.
Especially because the vote was probably going to go his way, to be honest with you. So he was like, dude, let's not vote on this. Let's like hash it out. And he was extremely nice. He was like, I don't want you to feel like you're getting screwed.
Which you were.
Yeah, but
which you were.
Yeah, okay. But
there are rules, dude. There are rules that were set. If they didn't know those rules, that is their fault, not yours. You fucking won. The fact that you agreed not to jump the gun here, but like the end result was you guys split the money, which is fucking insane to me. Like, you are a good man, he is a good man. But the fact that there were people in that group chat that were making a stink about this because they didn't know the rules and then they didn't like it. Are you fucking adults in your 30s, dude? Grow up.
Well, that's it. I was going to say, I really appreciated the side text. We both had, and dude, I said at the top, this was such an epic matchup. So I was like, you know what, dude? 2 worthy championships. I get why he felt bummed, because he was like, he woke up being like, I win. It's bench points. Even though that wasn't the rule, but I understand why he felt that way. And I was like, you know what, dude? Let's split it. Like, we tied. It was an epic final, and all good. And that would make this go away, frankly, because I was like, all right, enough of this.
Yeah,
it's fantasy football.
I will reiterate. I love every single one of these guys, but every one of you that was going to vote against you, you're suspect, dude. Like, like, you are a fucking rat. You're a like, I can't believe it. And I want listeners to hit us up in the DMs. Like, again, this was a rule from week 1. Nothing was changed. These are the rules. You battled to have the highest seed. You won. ESPN declared you the victor because you were. Yeah. And then the members of your fantasy football league went like this. We're going to change this.
They went like this. No.
Fucking insane.
Dude, honor prevailed. Everyone has a kind heart, and goodwill won out at Christmas time.
If you don't have some good karma coming your way in 2025 for surrendering half your winnings because of this, I don't know what the world is.
Oh, my God, dude.
We've teased the Winter Classic. Let's tell people about it.
Okay. Taking a quick break to talk to you guys about our amazing deal with BetMGM. If you don't know it now, you must be a crazy person, because it's all I'm ever talking about, because that's how cool it is. So what I want you to do is download the BetMGM app and then use promo code NETTERS. That's NETTERS when you download. And then when you make a bet, it can be on anything. We got World Juniors going on. We got NHL in mid-season form, NFL playoffs, basketball going. It's all kinds of action. Whatever you want to bet on, make a bet from $5 up to $1,500. And if you win, then you are great. You're on a heater. Keep betting, and I hope you keep winning, and that would be awesome. And if you lose, if worst case scenario comes to fruition and you lose, the good news is BetMGM takes that money that you bet and it puts it back into your account in the form of bonus bets. So you can bet on something else, and then you can get hot, and then you can start experiencing some pile heat, and then you can really go on a run. And that would be amazing, okay? So go to the BetMGM app, download that right now, promo code NETTERS, and get in on this action. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY for New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 for Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP for Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF for Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 for Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Babes, this season we have teamed up with Ricky, and Ricky is finally bringing you the best canned cocktail with delicious award-winning vodka and tequila right into your fridge any single time you want it. I have been on a search for the best canned cocktail. Here's the deal. You can't just gas mixed drinks all the time. You can't. It gets you too banged up. Drinking beer gets you too bloated. Drinking wine makes me too silly. I need a canned cocktail to keep me light on my feet, that tastes delicious, and that doesn't give me that chalky, weird feeling in my mouth. And Ricky delivered that in every single way. They have unbelievable flavors. Myself, I'm a huge fan of the watermelon tequila. Give me a watermelon flavored anything, and I'm probably going to love you for it. Mix it with tequila, my favorite spirit, and then bang. Like I said, it's award-winning tequila, award-winning vodka. Ricky is absolutely delicious. It's also giving you 7% ABV with every can. It's about a shot and a half per can. That is better than all of the competitors. So you don't have to drink as many, and they taste delicious. There's no added sugars. It's only 130 calories, and all of these natural fruit juice flavors just make you feel delicious all the time, just like the drink. So dial into some Rickies, figure out which flavor you like, make sure that fridge is stocked up. I'm bringing them all over the place. This Christmas, we're having shindigs with the fam. What did I do? You bet your bottom. I ordered some Ricky, and I made sure everyone got down with the best new canned cocktail on the market. This weekend, we've got the World Juniors. We've got the semis and then the final going up. What do you think I'm going to have flowing at the house while hockey fans come in to watch this game? Ricky all day, baby. It is the best drink going in the game right now when it comes to canned cocktails. Get rid of all of those malt liquor nonsense, seltzers that are so disgusting. Stop filling up on beer that just makes you feel bloated and gives you heartburn. Ricky is the best tasting canned cocktail on the market. They've got all these delicious flavors, and it's packing an extra punch when it comes to the alcohol content. Crack one today. Hit me.
It's a whirlwind weekend. Sometimes longer, by the way. We got there later than we usually do this year because we had some much needed important family stuff going on that we did, and then we got in. So we got in on the 30th, and pretty late. And we were at the JW Marriott. So Dan and I and Wags, you actually kind of got in at the same time. So like we all check in, and some of the boys that we hang out with, everybody was there, was at pretty much everyone was at the Marriott this year. Sometimes it's pretty spread out.
Awesome.
It was like everybody was at the Marriott. That was huge, which wasn't that close to Wrigley, but it was well worth it to be there. And so we head up to the bar because we just landed. We're like, all right, I need a drink. Let's get into some stuff here. Head up to the hotel bar, and who was there? That first moment? We ran into like G, Memesy,
Wit. G, Memesy, Merle.
We saw Army first because he was leaving.
Army first. Army.
I'm so glad we got to run into
Shout out Cruz. We got to meet Army's family. Yep. Unbelievable.
So Army got the call that he had to go on set for the game in Atlanta. Like he was supposed to stay through the Winter Classic, and then he was like, dude, I literally have to go in the morning. I can't even be here for New Year's Eve anymore. So we run into Army so luckily, see him for 5 minutes, meet the fam, and then we run upstairs, and like you said, it's G, Memesy, Yans, Wit, Merles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we run into them, and so anyone who listens to Chickless heard this story, but Dan and I had this idea at Christmas to make these very important business cards.
Very important.
And all the business card says and Dan helped me talk to the people who made this. Shout out Etsy, dude. I fucking love Etsy so much.
You are a big Etsy guy.
Dan,
also, Etsy is gas.
Etsy is gas.
Yeah.
Dan had them make the same font from American Psycho. It's like the same business card from American Psycho. And all it says on the front of the card is, tonight is the night, period.
Yeah.
And
to fill in people, whenever we get together with these guys, it's the greatest thing in the world. Like they are truly, I've never had more fun with a group of guys immediately.
Yep.
So the whole Chicklets boys, the Game Notes boys, everyone involved. Memesy, Fish, whole gang. Posh, obviously. We all try to be strategic about what night we go out. And like what
yeah.
night we have the green light. Because listen, it's a grind.
We got to work.
It's a long time. We got to work. We got to be up early to record. We got to be up early to do interviews. You can't send it every single night. Not at our age.
Yeah.
So we're always very diligent about being communicative with each other on what is the night. Like when is the go night? And if it feels like we're always like, it's not tonight. It's not tonight. Like we got to save it. Got to save it. Got to save it. And then sure enough, almost every single night,
It actually is that night.
it turns out it is the night. And it's always someone. One person goes too hard. Like sometimes it's G, sometimes, almost all the time, it's you.
Yeah.
Rarely, it's me. But sometimes one of us will get too drunk and we'll rile up the rest of us and be like, this dude, tonight is the night.
Yep.
So we needed these business cards made to give to everyone to know that like it could be any night, dude. And you need to be prepared.
Here's the good news. When someone receives a tonight is the night card and it becomes the night, the next night they feel like, thank God last night was the night and I have tonight off. But unfortunately,
tonight is actually the night.
You turn that business card over and the back of it says, it is actually tonight.
Yes.
So there is no rest for the weary, dude.
The beauty is because who buys like 5 business cards?
Yep.
The world doesn't work that way. We have about 1,000 of these. So all the boys got one. But it means there are extras out there. And what's going to happen is these are going to get cycled.
Yes, distributed
Around. And if you think some of the boys aren't going to get hit with this, like Toff's going to get hit with this, Dewey, Juice, Morsey, all these guys, they're going to get hit with one for sure. I'm hitting Q with one of these instantly. They will get spread around. So if you're in the hockey community, if you're in the hockey world, if you're just a fan, don't be surprised.
Head on a swivel.
It's like a golden ticket. If you find a tonight is the night card, A, take a picture of it, send it to us and tag us. But B, you have to respond.
It's now the night.
Like this is ironclad. You will see the LLC of all of our brands on the back. This has been doctored up with lawyers, with doctors.
Yeah.
If you get a tonight is the night card, you cannot deny it. You cannot turn it down. It is now the night, and you need to fucking turn up. So
you know in the Prestige, Dan, when he drinks at last of his pint of beer and there's a card stuck to the bottom of the glass.
I sure do.
My dream is to do that to somebody. Like Correct. They're just alone at a bar, like, just on a work trip.
And like I said, dude, there are a lot of these.
Dude, boom.
So
you're staring at tonight is the night.
The boys, as they should be, as they are members of this LLC,
yep.
were given the first cards. But beware, hockey community.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Tonight is the night.
Next up, t-shirts will be snapped around in a big way.
So we have a great little quick team dinner, and then where I never eat enough, dude.
Ever.
And it's not because we're not getting food. We are. I always get there late, and then I don't eat enough. But we go right from there to the House of Blues event, which was the thing that Chelly and Ronick put on that had a ton of NHL alumni. Yeah, when they called everyone up on stage,
it was amazing.
It was like the 30, 40 dudes there, right?
It was unreal.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal. Shout out Mad Men. Shout out The Town.
Yep.
Shout out Bridesmaids. John Hamm. Big blues guy. He was there. Unbelievable stuff. But yeah, JR, Chelly was there. Panger was there.
Yeah.
And then you see the whole, JD.
Yeah, God, running into JD was awesome.
Just like all the gang was at this event. And then it was, like you said, we didn't eat enough. We get brought into this back room.
Yeah, right. Kind of after
this like
for the
unbelievable.
Public.
I don't know if that's like open all the time, but this room in the House of Blues,
what an establishment!
Chicago, holy moly, fantastic. So we get pulled back in there. Boys are absolutely buzzing. Yans, dude, the guy. I just don't know. I don't know how to hang out with him and not my stomach hurts from laughing, and then also I just I don't have an off switch with Yans. He's just so fun that I'm like, yeah, I'll have another drink. And Yans is like scotch on the rocks. And I'm like, what?
I was about to say that, dude. He's doing late scotches on the rocks.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what are we doing here? Keep it light. Mick Ultras.
Yeah, we got to stay light on our feet.
You got to be quick.
And what's crazy is Yans fucking left and then thought he was going to have a nice chill New Year's Eve. He didn't even stay for the game. And then he ended up having a black tie event.
Yeah.
The man is an absolute specimen.
No off switch.
But yeah, he passes on the no off switch. But beautiful first night. So we wake up the next morning. I go to the gym because I was like, I need to sweat it out. Got a little drunker than I thought. And Wags, by the way, has told us that he's like, yo, I'm going down to get some breakfast if you guys want to come. I was at the gym, so I was like, I'll meet you up after.
And I was in fantasy football. Hell.
We didn't even hear from you.
Yeah,
for
you
hours.
guys thought I was dead.
So I was like, CP is maybe sleeping. I don't know. Dude, I'm at the gym for at least an hour. At least. And I'm starting to head back, and then I get a text from Wags that's like, yo, good thing you didn't come to this breakfast. I'm literally still sitting here. I haven't even got my food yet. And this is like at the hotel, dude, our nice hotel that we had a lovely time at. But like Wags, you sat there for how long before getting your food?
And how crowded was it?
I would say I sat there for like a solid 45, 50 minutes before, like, at least the guy was coming out and he was like, oh, like, I'm sorry for the wait. You know, everyone just came in at one time and placed their order, so we're a little bit backed up. And there was like 5 people there. It wasn't like it was like a massive packed breakfast. It was literally like, everyone just.
And it's breakfast, dude.
Yeah, and it's a massive hotel. It's the Marriott.
Did you at least get like a drink? Did they bring you your like OJ or whatever?
I got an iced coffee, and you could like, do you know when you get an iced coffee and you can tell they poured hot coffee in the ice?
Oh yeah, like the glass is sweating. There's like there's a half inch of ice at the top.
So it was literally like you were drinking it, and it was like lukewarm and then cold and then hot. And I was like, yeah, fuck this. It was like and there was like 4 things on the menu too, but it was like an hour wait to get my food.
Dude.
Unacceptable.
Acceptable,
dude.
I can't, well, some things, but few things annoy me more when I'm at any restaurant, not just a hotel, and it's just like I can't get the waiter or waitress to come by, the food's taking forever when it's empty. Like if it's a slammed joint, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But when there's no one there and I'm like, what is going on, dude?
And when they have the audacity to look at you and go like, sorry, we're really backed up. And I'm like,
like, how, dude?
We're the only ones here.
How?
It's absolutely insane, dude. I was once with a friend and that was happening. And my friend got up, went to the bar. We ordered like 2 Coors Lights. He went to the bar, jumped up on the bar, leaned over, slid open the cooler door and grabbed 2 Coors Lights from it. And I was like, we're going to get fucking arrested.
Yeah.
I was so appalled. But at the same time, it just showed how like...
Don't get caught ball watching, dude.
For real.
Here's the thing.
It showed how insanely easy it was to get us 2 bottled Coors Lights. So absolutely unacceptable.
Don't get caught ball watching.
No, do not. So Wags goes through absolute hell.
Dude, everyone was in hell. You were sweating out the night before.
Yeah.
Wags is in breakfast hell. I'm in fantasy football hell. We got a mid-form to do, dude.
Yes.
So we had to get right into it.
And I do want to tease the mid-form.
Yes, me too. And it's going to come out, I think, next week.
Yeah, plan is next week.
Or actually, maybe if you're listening to this on Monday, it might be that Thursday.
Yeah.
So look out for it. And also, while you're listening and watching this, please pause the pod right now and go subscribe to the YouTube. And then you'll get an alert when the videos come out. And then you'll be able to watch it even easier.
All you need is a Gmail.
Just subscribe. I know you have
If you
one.
have a Gmail, which I'm certain 90% of you do, just subscribe to the YouTube.
Subscribe to YouTube. It's so impossibly helpful for us.
Yes.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
We get to make more cool videos like
where
this.
you'll get to watch a cool video like...
Yes. All right. So we're doing a new series called Game Day Routine. It's going to come out this week. First one's with Nick Foligno. Basically what we're going to do is every city we go to, every new city, we're going to team up with a player on the team of that city, and they give us their recommendations for best food spot to grab a bite before the game, best pre-game hockey bar to grab a drink at, and then a game day can't miss activity, whether it be something in the stadium, around the stadium, or something like that. So we teamed up with Fliggy. He sent us to Happy Camper. He sent
Gas.
Oh my God.
Dude.
Bro, by the way, I don't want to sound like an idiot because I've been to Chicago several times, absolutely loved it every single time, but I haven't been all over. Dude, Happy Camper has got to be the best smash burger in the city. That was fucking insane.
Dude,
how good that burger was.
And the fucking nachos, bro.
The nachos were nuts.
I am actually...
Also, shout out Kyle.
Shout out Kyle, dude.
Shout out server Kyle.
Yep.
Recommend, like, very off-book recommendation. They got things on that menu that are like,
that are colored.
Staff picks.
He's going, nah, dude.
Kyle goes, get the mozzarella cheese bread.
Yeah.
And I was like, are they mozzarella sticks? Because you know I love mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
It was just breadsticks with cheese all over it. And I almost fucking nutted in my pants. It was insane.
Wags will back me up. We were doing such a good job oozing over the food in our commentary that the table next to us, when we tried to leave, asked us if we were food influencers. Wags, true or false?
That's the funniest thing ever. They were like, as soon as we stood up, they were like, wait, what's your Instagram? Are you guys food influencers?
2 awesome guys.
Come on, dude.
That was big. We were doing a good job, clearly.
God, that was sick.
So we went there, unreal. We then went to the Barn Hockey Bar, which you would walk in. It's the best. I'm not going to bear the lead here. It's the best hockey bar I've ever been to in my entire life.
That's a fact, Dan.
It's fucking insane how nasty that bar is. You walk in and you go, surely this place has been here for 80 years. It's like 2 years old.
Yeah.
If you live in Chicago and you haven't been to the Barn yet, it is hands down the best bar I've ever been to. And then all time, like, listen, this was at Wrigley.
Yes.
So that was,
so it was a little bit
a bit of a cool switch.
Yep.
So United Center next time, we might have to do another one in Chicago. But at Wrigley, we went to Sluggers, obviously. Iconic Wrigley bar.
Yep.
And like, God, I love that smell. Just like wet wood.
Yeah.
And it's
Wrigley's just so cool to see, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's nasty.
We are spoiled because we go to Fenway all the time, or used to go to Fenway all the time, and I take it for granted. But Wrigley is like right there. You know, it's just such a sweet venue.
Such a time. But that video will come out. Check it out. Game day routine with Nick Foligno. Going to be a fucking blast. But then straight into the game, dude.
Yeah.
Straight into Winter Classic. Wrigley Field.
Amazing view. It got cold late. It wasn't that cold at first, but it was still raining. Like, man, I hated that for everybody, for all the fans.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer.
And the tricky part with the baseball stadiums is always you can see those people in the front rows standing, and, like, watching the jumbotron because I can't see. So that's kind of a grind. One thing that was killing me this time is with the press credentials, you can go a lot of places, right? Like there's like a press seat in like the 100th floor, but there's only like a few fold out chairs there. So then you can kind of just like walk around. There's like standing room only places everywhere. You can sit or stand where you want to go. And the ushers at everywhere we've ever been, which is normally arenas, but in this case, a baseball stadium, are very good at their job about saying, do you have a credential? But then they go, right this way, please. And at Wrigley, since it's an older park, there aren't a lot of suite areas. Because listen, if you follow us on IG, you see us in cool seating areas at many of games we go to. But it's because people invite us into those for the most part. It's not like I'm just like, we don't buy suites.
Extra seats, stuff like that.
So at Wrigley, there aren't a ton of those areas. And it's Winter Classic. It's so popular. So we were kind of on our own for most of the game. And there was this cool area right behind the goal, high enough that you could see everything, where we were posted up most of the game for Winter Classic. Yeah. And it was great because there was like a bathroom, an easy bathroom to use in the suite area, a stand to get a beer, and we had a good view. And there was this one usher dude who was like, he'd be like, do you guys have credentials? And we were like, yes, and showed them to him. And then, dude, every 5 minutes, probably about like 10, every 10 minutes, he would come back out and like, be like hawking me and then be like, do you have credentials? And I was like, do you literally already forget me?
Do you have dementia, dude? You've talked to us 6 times.
Like, bro, we haven't moved. It's not like I went somewhere else and came back. I'm just still standing here. Like, he would do a lap and then just see us again and be like, do you have credentials?
God bless him, dude. Like, guys on the ground. He must be an ex-FBI.
Oh, my God, dude.
It was truly nonstop.
Merles was shook, dude. Merles was like, this guy says one more word to me, I'm leaving. Dude.
It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I do want to say, quick, one shout out. Got to see the Montgomery family.
Oh, dude, yes.
Monty's fam, the boys. I just I do not have the space to say enough good things about that family and those people.
Yep.
But just unreal seeing the boys. Love those guys. Got to see Sully and Schmoopy as well. Obviously, just a beautiful time. Getting the whole hockey family together at Winter Classic's amazing,
dude.
Bit of a dog walking by the Blues, though.
Yes. Which is a bummer.
Yeah. Hate seeing the home team lose. I know. But if they do, you'd like to see like a good game. And that was just you could tell early. I'm pumped for Cam Fowler. Most people probably know, but got his 1,000th game at the Winter Classic. First time that's ever happened, and gets the first tuck of the game. Scored 2, but had the first one of the game. So sick. But right away, you were like, uh-oh, this could get ugly. What an all-time moment, dude. Like, your 1,000th game, such an achievement. Doing it outside, how cool. Scoring 2 in the game.
Yep.
Like, that's a dream.
Absolutely.
Truly dream moment. That's got to be a top 3 moment in Cam's career already.
For sure.
No doubt.
Yep. So yeah, kind of a beatdown. I'm glad for the Chicago fans. A few things happened. Like, Bedsy got a point, which I'm sure he's happy about. Yep. Won some people some money, not naming names.
I was about to say, how about that parlay I cooked up, dude? Bing. I was cold over the break. I won't lie. I had some brutal beats. Sorry, everyone who followed me. But if you followed me on that one, we won some kashish. Yeah. Dude. Like, that was a great...
Actually, 2 funny Merles things. One killer.
Oh,
Merles bet. And if you guys saw the prediction I put on the story.
He can't get out of his own way, dude.
Merles bet exact score, Blues 5-2.
Yeah.
Not Blues money line, not Blues puck line, literally Blues 5-2. And it's, dude, when it went 5-1, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Hawks score on the power play with like 4 minutes left. And I was like, dude, you did it. It's literally going to happen. And the Blues score a completely irrelevant goal with 2 minutes left to make it 6. Who scored that goal? Do you remember?
I think it was Cairo. Was it Cairo who got that last
I can't remember. But whoever it was.
I can't remember either.
If you find it, tell me. But whoever it was, Merles texted Monty. Because they're boys. He texted Monty and he was like, someone has to Venmo me for this.
Yeah, like that is, it's a crime.
Dude,
what happened?
Like, I can't believe that. And then.
Oh, it was Texier.
Oh, yeah. And then two, Dan, do you ever find yourself in, well, I know we all do, but sometimes you're just in the most awkward situations that have nothing to do with you. It's another person and you're feeling such secondhand embarrassment that you're like, I need to peel my own skin off.
Absolutely.
Dude, you were maybe with Monty's family actually. And Merles had to do some man on the street interviews and he was doing Winter Classic trivia. And I started talking to one of the staff members at this event. You weren't even here for this. I don't even know if you know the story. And I hope to God she's not listening to this, but I doubt she is. But because she was lovely. She truly was, and was telling us fun stories and asking if we were having a good time and all that stuff. But she works for the Cubs, but is per her, a massive hockey fan. Yeah. So begged to work this event.
Sick. Okay.
And she was like, please let me work the Winter Classic. Like, I know I work for the Cubs, but I'm the biggest hockey fan, you know. And she had a Winter Classic beanie on that was custom for the employees. Like, she was like, they don't even make these. Oh, Wags, you said, remember you were like, I wanted yours.
Like, Wags tried to get the
and
black
she was
one,
like, dude, they're not even for sale. Like, and she's like, I'm going to keep this forever. She was so pumped. And Merles was looking for one more person to do
a trivia with.
Hockey trivia with. And I thought it would be a great gesture for her. I thought she would have a good time.
Of course.
So I go, Merles, come here and do this with her. And she goes, oh, okay. And I'm like, yes, I've made this girl's New Year's.
Yeah.
And Merles goes, and the trivia is like kind of hard, you know, but it's not that bad. But basically, it's like where were certain Winter Classics and what's people's records. And she just wasn't getting them, you know. And I was like, oh no. And then Merles goes, okay, who is the king of the Winter Classic, having scored a goal 21 seconds into the game? It's fastest goal in Winter Classic history, which is a very hard trivia question. Yeah. But it's our buddy Colby Armstrong. Yes. So we know. And she's like, oh, I don't know. And Merles goes, it's Colby Armstrong. And she goes, oh, okay. And then Merles goes, do you know who assisted that goal? And she says, I don't. And he says, he plays for the Penguins. And she goes, I don't know. And he goes, been there a long time, one of the best players in the league. And she goes, I don't know. And he goes, where's number 87? And she goes, I don't know. And he goes, rhymes with Lidney Bosby. And she goes, I don't know. And I was like, so just to be clear, you hate hockey. You have never seen. This is in fact the first hockey game
you didn't know this was a sport in this country.
And dude, it's like being filmed, and I did this to her, dude, I was like, oh my God. And then there's just like the longest awkward silence ever, and Merle was like, Sidney Crosby. And she's like, see, I wouldn't have got it. Wouldn't have got that one. And I'm like, yeah, you wouldn't have got anything, dude.
So you're not a hockey fan.
You need to leave. You're fired.
Dude, that woman might get fired.
Oh, dude, it was so bad.
That is insane.
Lidney Bosby, dude.
Lidney Bosby, dude. Don't know it. Wouldn't have got it. That is outstanding.
Peel my skin off, dude.
I do want to give, obviously we were just talking about him. Stick taps to Fliggy.
Dude.
Team's getting speed bagged, and then him and Schenner just have a chat. I think Schenner wasn't even supposed to be on the ice. And he popped on. The two captains agree to just get in a tilt at Wrigley Field. Like, that's a no-brainer.
It's so sick.
But, in that game, I was like, just get out of here. But Foligno was like, I'm going to give the hometown crowd something to cheer about. And great fight.
And I think they said after that Schenner asked him, which is amazing because they were up 5-2 or 5 whatever at the time. But I actually think it must have been, and they actually threw, dude. Like, that was like a
oh my God,
tilt,
it was a really good fight.
But I was going to say, minus how much it must have hurt getting hit in the face, kind of a sick feather in your cap for both of them to be like absolute brawl at center ice at Wrigley.
And also, how often do we see captain on captain fights? Like, I think that's lost on a lot of people.
Great point.
It was a captain on captain fight at the Winter Classic. That was fucking sick. But dude, great time. Tough game, but still a great time. And then me, like homebody Dano here. Nothing could have made me happier than we all just went back to the JW lobby. Like, there was There was the NHL party going on. Popping over to the NHL party, cool, all good stuff. But after that, everyone just at the JW lobby, like the whole squad. The Pete and DJ were there.
Yep.
Lucas was there. Evan was there.
Yep.
Chaz was there. Like just the coolest gang with us, the Chicklets guys. We're watching the World Juniors.
Well, dude, first was one of those playoff games. I forget which one. It was like Penn State maybe, but there was like a call.
Oh, that's
as
right.
soon as we
right.
got back, like we were finishing that football game, and then G brought his laptop down because the Marriott doesn't have fucking NHL.
G literally brought his laptop down to the like we're getting banged up in that lot. I think I drank 2 tequila Red Bulls. I've never done that before.
You did,
fucking
dude. That was insane,
fuel, dude.
bro.
Rocket fuel.
I go, what is this? And you go, Julio and Red Bull. And I was like, what? Like I just like my brain couldn't process. I know what those two things are, but I don't know what that is together.
Dude,
so I assumed that was a different drink that was made up, and you were like, oh no, it is Don Julio and Red Bull, and this is my second.
Dude, a Julio Rojo Toro. Por favor. That is a drink, dude.
That is the drink. You have to start saying that.
I was going to a bar and asking for a Julio Rojo Toro, por favor.
Dos, dude.
Dos.
Dude.
But we're getting banged up in that bar. G brings his laptop down, gets on the World Juniors like a fucking hero.
And half the people there are Canadian, bro.
Yeah,
it was a war in the line.
I went to dinner. And we're just dishing out shout outs here. I feel like Timothy Chalamet, but I will give a shout out to Hampton Social River North. Phenomenal restaurant. Phenomenal restaurant.
The oysters, tremendous.
I loved everything about that place. It was fantastic. They couldn't make me a Vesper Martini though, which was a bummer.
Yeah, you should ask for a Julio.
I should have asked for a Julio Rojo Toro.
Toro.
But great restaurant. I come back like 2 hours later. Laptop still there. Yeah. So many more people in the bar. Yep. Laptop still there playing the game. I was like, wow, boys.
Dude, and it was hilarious because everyone jokes like New Year's is such a shit show. I just want to hang out with my friends. I don't even care where it is. And we lived that. Like someone showed up. This is way later. Someone showed up around 1 post ball drop everything to join where we were all in the lobby. And they are coming from a extravagant party. She was dressed to the nines. Looked amazing, and goes, where did you guys do? And I go, oh, I have been sitting in this booth for 7 hours.
Dude.
Like literally, I've been here since 6:30.
It's amazing. Shout out Raph, birthday.
Yeah, dude.
Raph turned 12.
I was sick.
Great night.
Perfect night. Perfect New Year's, dude. You're just with your friends. Just sitting with your friends.
That's why I said, like, literally my dream.
Dude, we ordered fucking deep dish to the hotel.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those, the Lou place. Chicago people are pissing me right now. But
Illuminati's.
Like,
Illuminati's.
Yeah.
You ordered Illuminati's to the hotel.
Delivery Lou's.
You got some wings too.
Yeah, to the
It is
Marriott
literally my
lobby.
dream. Like the homebody vibe with all the friends. It's all you need, dude.
Bro.
All you need is the pals. And that's what
Tremendous.
we had. I do want to just say the highlight of my New Year's, you, for God knows what reason, left the bar, went up to your hotel room.
Yes.
And then came downstairs looking like a character from Night at the Roxbury.
Yes,
like
this is
you
correct.
had red pants on and like a black and white striped shirt.
Navy blue.
And your hair slicked back. And I was like, where are you going? And you were like, nowhere, dude.
Yep.
It's New Year's.
And dude, I was super comfy before that. And I'll tell you what.
It was an all-time move.
No, dude, here's why. Memesy came down right before dinner because we were all in our winter classic stuff, like just hoodie, because it was cold. We were like jackets, hoodies, and all that stuff. Memesy came down because we were discussing just sitting in the lobby. Yeah. And then Memesy disappears, comes back down, and he is in like sleek pants, white shirt, unbuttoned boots. And I was like, oh shit, you're going to a club or something? And he's like, no, I just, thought I'd dress up for New Year's. And I was like, that is gas, dude. And I had the intention of just didn't want him to be the only person.
You fucking beauty.
And then I kind of forgot. And then it was 11 all of a sudden. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Dude, because you came down in a huff. Like,
I almost killed Panger coming out of the elevator. I took such a hard U. You remember those what elevators were? I took such a hard U that I come around the corner and Panger's right there. He's not a tall guy.
Yeah.
And I go, whoa. And I slide step. I'm like, Panger,
Here's a brick wall, though. Good thing you didn't hit him.
I go, sorry, Panger. And he goes, oh, there, big fella. He looks sharp. look sharp. And I was like, needed to hear it. Dude. So then I came down and I couldn't let Memesy be the only one rocks burying.
Correct. Couldn't.
So I had to do it when tonight was the night.
Yeah, that was the night.
That was
it was
the night.
Unbelievable. We battled back, got back to LA. Here we are. But just phenomenal trip.
Great trip.
And that's the beginning, dude. It's all Winter Classic is the first.
Start of
and now we cook,
the
dude.
madness. Yeah, because it's hockey season now.
Before we let everyone go, we're talking about Chicago. Let's just hit some quick hitter bits of news before we get into our regular news episode on Wednesday that'll come out. But we're talking about Chicago. What do you think about this GQ article? Johnny Taves talking about maybe coming back to the league.
Dude, nothing. Well, actually, it would overjoy me to see him play again because I hate the way his career has ended currently. You hate that for anyone, really, but just as a great Hall of Famer such as him, I'd love to see it end on his terms. Even in the Andrew Ladd interview, when he was talking about trying to get to that 1,000th game, when he was limping across the finish line, puking on the plane, it was just, at least it ended the way on his terms. He could say, I want it to end now.
Yeah.
And I would love that for Johnny Taves. In the same way I want it for Landy.
Yeah.
Ignoring, Landy has actually playoff implications, but even ignoring that, I just want it to end okay for Landy. Yeah. I want it to end okay for Jonathan Taves, one of the greats the league has ever seen too.
100%. Lock Hall of Famer.
It scares me, though, because having the mind of a sick athlete, not necessarily the skill of one, but the mind of it, that you'll chase that hit even if you don't have it.
Yeah. You know what I wonder, dude? So for those who don't know, Jonathan Taves has been on this really awesome journey. He's been traveling all around. He's been in India, Southeast Asia. He's been surfing a ton, getting his mind right, getting his body right. He's been on this cool, holistic journey.
Yeah.
And we shot him a message. So anyone who knows Johnny, tell him to hit us back because we would love to have him on the pod, share his story because he's been through this really cool journey. So truly, I mean that. If anyone knows him, tell him to hit us up because it would be an honor. He turns 37 in April.
Yeah.
He ain't that old.
But he ain't that young. Dude.
I know, yes. But my point is, if he feels like his body's right, if he's gotten through this, dude, I'm not sure. It's one of those things where how could we ever think or suspect maybe he could help a team win a cup? But you know what I could see is it sounds like such a ridiculous thing for me to say, but go to the Bruins, dude.
Yeah.
Bruins could use a center. And him getting in, playing with an awesome vet like Brad, doing one more playoff run, getting one playoff series and retire, playing in the playoffs.
It'd be amazing.
That would be fun.
And that's the storybook, of course.
Yeah.
But dude, you know what I wouldn't even shake my nose at? Is that an expression? Fist at probably, but turn my nose up. You know what I wouldn't turn my nose up at?
The Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, dude, well that would be awesome.
Play with Kane, dude.
Oh, wow. That actually
isn't that obvious?
That would be so sick.
Just like the Bruins, another original 16. Just go to Detroit, dude.
Line up next to Patty one more time. That would be incredibly sick, and that's now what I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even turn my nose up.
Stevie Y lets him wear 19 for that 1 year.
Can you imagine?
This is it, dude.
I wouldn't even turn my nose up at, especially if you didn't feel like he was, not that he's going to be a 100-point guy again, but even if he didn't feel like I'm a very productive guy, he was just I can go out there, but I'm not going to be impacting games that much. Playing in Chicago, and I'm not saying turn Chicago around. I'm saying they're trying to surround Bedard with guys that know what it's like, big time guys. I'm you don't have to win in Chicago. I'm not saying Johnny Taves, go turn the Hawks around. Yeah. I'm saying go take one more lap with the town that brought you there.
Yeah.
You won 3 cups for. Be a mentor to Bedard for one season and then hang him up on your terms. That is actually completely fine to me.
Yeah.
Not making playoffs. I'd storybook him in the playoffs. But
you're right. I don't love it because I don't like how it ended there. And maybe that's more of a reason for him to be I'd like to go back and have it end well. But what if it doesn't end well?
Yeah. But what happened again? He just
they kind of just released him
because
didn't bring him back without even talking to him.
Yeah,
they were in that fucking disaster era. They're a mess right now, too.
I know, dude. Jesus Christ.
We kind of skated by that. The Blackhawks fucking suck.
They stink, dude.
They
suck. This last year.
You know what's interesting? I'll give me quick on this. I want to know if you agree with this. The San Jose Sharks are in dead last in their division. The Chicago Blackhawks are in dead last in their division. Just watching games, the vibe on the ice, the vibe with the players, the vibe with the team, the vibe with the fans.
Dude, with the players. Good call.
The Sharks are so fucking fun right now.
They're having a blast.
They're clearly having a blast. Vets like Toff and Ferraro, they're having a blast. building this new culture, building up this new team, this new wave of stars, the young guys in Macklin and Smitty. And like Chicago just doesn't feel like it has that. Like they are a genuine mess right now. And I don't think, I would love Blackhawks fans, a bunch of them have. Hit us up. Like, tell us how you're feeling. Because Sharks fans are loving life.
Yeah.
Habs fans, they're not in last, but like they're a young team up on the buildup. They are loving life. They're like, look at us. We're like, they've won a few in a row here. Like, they're looking good. Line A's back. Like, Chicago just feels like they're spinning their wheels. They fire the coach. Like, Bedard seems pissed all the time. It's like, it's a bummer. So I don't know that I want Taves in that.
That fair point. I think I'd have to sit with it. But either way,
dude. Sagan's hurt.
I'd love to see him lace him up one more time.
There are so many teams, me too. There's so many teams that if I were them, I would give him a PTO.
God
like, the
damn.
second he comes back, if he's like, I want one, I'd be like, you got it.
Sick. Yeah.
You got it. Another guy who's back, Ovi. 4 games, 3 tucks.
Dude.
Can he do it, dude?
Actually, yes,
Let's not even
dude.
waste time.
Yep.
Can he do it?
Dude, and I thought as soon as he got
24
hurt.
now?
Yeah, that sounds right. As soon as he got hurt, I was like, that'll do it. But dude, I saw somebody make a comment that was like, and this is a very true comment, that said, Ovi, I'm sad for the young hockey fans who really only know Ovi as a dominant goal scorer, but a guy who just hammers in 1-tees from the off wing.
Yeah.
Because he used to be one of the most dynamic goal scorers in the league.
Yeah.
Go watch his early highlight tapes. They're moronic. And that's just age. Like, you got to adjust your game when you get older. Crosby's game's different too. Barely, but he's a freak. But he's almost now, Dan, it's almost like he's accepted that role where he just goes, all good, dude. Just, I will be right here hammering in one-timers.
Yeah.
And because of that, and it's still such an effective play that I think there's a chance he could make a bid at it this year. And God, would that be sick? Because I just don't want him to be hung on, call it 3-4 goals going into next year. You know, that would suck. Obviously, he's just going to do it. It's going to be cool. But how sick would it be if they're chasing down a 1 seed and he does it in game 82? You know?
Oh, my God, dude, I would die.
So
if he
put me
does
down
that,
for yes, just because it would be sick. But I'm saying yes that it's going to be a Herculean effort.
I think he needs 24 or 25. He's got 3 and 4. There's 42 games left.
I know, but it's just you kind of can go cold.
Yeah, but he hasn't been cold at all this season.
I know, dude.
And like, he hasn't been cold at all this season. He comes back after a broken leg. He's not cold.
Cold,
still.
dude. You're
So
right.
I'm like,
You're
he
right.
Could do it.
Yeah, dude. You're right. Let's go. Yes, and comfortably.
If he gets it this season and then they win a cup,
he literally has to retire.
he literally has to retire.
What's crazy though is you can't. It's like the
No, you can, dude. That is the thing. I want guys to know.
no.
Yes,
You're wrong.
You can, because it is the most badass. Like, look at Mark Recchi with Boston.
Yeah.
He won that cup, and literally on the ice, they were like, Mark, like, you were a massive contributor all season and in this playoffs. Are you going to come back? And he's like, nope.
Yeah.
Got my one more cup, and I'm gone. Because here's the thing, Ovi, dude. He can go back and play in Russia. Pull a Yager.
Yeah, fair.
Having the most iconic final season ever, breaking the all-time scoring record, winning a cup, he goes like this. Peace out, dude. You are fucking goated.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
Because you kind of got me back on your side, even though Yager himself has said, why would you ever stop if you're sick at something still? Like, he was, when Brady was about to retire, he was like, you just won a Super Bowl. I keep playing. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If let's say he breaks it by, 4 or 5 goals, wins a cup, retires, I think that record is in jeopardy.
Yeah, but like, whatever, dude. Like, not anytime soon.
Agree, but I'm just saying, like, you need to put some miles on that thing.
No.
Matthews is coming.
No, dude. Father Time.
McDavid, Nate are coming. No, not Nate, but McDavid might be coming.
Is he though? Like,
he had that one. Well, he had that 160 year, and then
like,
I was
he could do it, but like, he's not coming.
Yeah, Matthews is coming.
Father Time's undefeated, dude.
Yeah.
I thought Tom was gonna defeat him, but he didn't. Tom got defeated by Giselle and Father Time.
No, just Giselle, unfortunately.
True, unfortunately. But like, he's undefeated. And the only way you defeat him is this.
Yeah.
You don't even come back in the ring for the last round, dude.
Bitch. I'm already home.
Go like this. I got my cup.
I like that,
I'm gone.
Dan. I like that a lot.
2 opposite of comebacks. First up, Krill. Missed the last 4 games, lower body injury, now he's on IR. This is the greatest disaster of all time for me.
I'm just crushed. Let me check this.
MVP season, like, just solidifying everything I was saying. This guy's fucking elite. He's going to sign a fat contract, which he still is.
Yep.
And just like on IR.
He's now 14 points behind Nate. Nate's kind of running away, to be clear.
Yeah, Nate is out of control.
Like he's only 6 points behind Leon in second.
We'll talk about it later this week, but Nate is out of control.
And he's now 4 goals behind Leon. He was leading the league.
Yeah.
And I
need it to just be like 1 week, 2 weeks, come back.
I know.
The IR scares me.
And I think it's not, they're making it sound like he's not that bad. But it's just, this could very well still be an MVP season. And I just had my sights, dude, we talk about this all the time, but and this was his first year he played 55 games, so that's not nothing, but he scored 27 goals. But after that, he scored 47, 40, 46. He only scores 40 goals.
Dude, he's amazing.
And this year I was like, he literally could go 60, and I wanted it for him so bad. Now, I don't know. It's going to be tight, but it just is such a dagger for the guy and the Wild to be having the year they're having and have this be anything serious.
I know.
It's not. Let's not even
they
speculate
lost Eriksson Ek for a spell. Now they're losing Krill for a spell.
This happens. It's so okay. It's just like...
And the silver linings, dude, it might be what they need.
Dan, it could be just what they needed.
Rossi has exploded.
Could be just what they needed.
He's been fantastic. He still looks fantastic with Eriksson Ek back. You love to see it. The other one that you hate to see, Austin Matthews has missed his 6th straight game, and now he is saying he's not even sure he'll be ready for Four Nations.
Well, he made that quote, like, I wrote it down.
He said if he's not even going to recover this season.
I'm not sure I'll get fully past this injury this season. So I'm like, dude. And now, Dan, listen to this, bro. I am actually, and no one is more excited for Four Nations than us and seeing this Team USA play, and it's going to be so sick. I am now legitimately, or put it this way, I understand the concerns if I'm the Leafs now of even letting him play, even if he's a go. He's healthy enough to play. I'm now like,
yeah, if they have a say on that in any way.
We're one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
What, are you going to get fucking hurt at Four Nations? And dude, I love Four Nations. I love the Olympics. I want this shit to happen, and I cannot wait to see this USA team at full strength. But I'm like, dude, this is the exact problem with the tournament.
Yeah.
Where Matthews has a lingering injury and he needs the fucking rest.
To stir up some classic empty netters drama. Austin Matthews has missed 6 games. The Toronto Maple Leafs are now in first in the Atlantic.
They're better without him.
I'm just saying.
They play better without him.
Do we need to reopen the discussion?
They play better. I'm not saying you don't need an Austin Matthews. Of course you need an Austin Matthews.
You just can't play him.
You can't play him.
Yeah.
You need him on your team, and then the team has to rise up for him.
Patrick Ewing effect.
It's the Ewing effect. It is they always needed something to avenge.
Yeah.
The Leafs are the Avengers.
Just saying.
And that's all.
It will be a...
Wait, Dan. So we need him to sit out of Four Nations.
Well, we
don't
know.
Team USA...
Well, we don't know that Team USA responds the same way that
will play better. They need to avenge him. Wait, dude, he's about to win us a gold from the bench?
He might.
This is genius shit for him.
It will be so upsetting if Austin Matthews does not get to play in Four Nations.
I'll be so crushed.
If he wins us a gold from the bench, worth it. Speaking of gold.
Yep.
We're going to close out this episode quickly touching on World Juniors.
Who's not going to get a gold? Oh, and let's say, for the listeners, the Wednesday episode, like we have, by the time this episode comes out, the championship will have been played.
Yes.
We're going to record immediately after that game, and you'll hear all that on Wednesday.
Correct.
You're listening to this on Monday.
Yeah, you're listening to this on Monday. We're recording this on Friday, so those games will happen. Canada's out, dude.
First time they've missed the top 4 back-to-back since 1980, I think it said.
Yeah. They lose to Czechia. Brutal for them. Great for Czechia. They look fantastic.
It's a tough matchup. That's us next. That's us in the semis.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is the Final Four of the World Juniors is the Four Nations.
No, because it's Czechia.
Oh yeah, I'm an idiot.
But who did?
I'm an idiot. What I meant to say is if Canada
it would have
been. It would have been because it's Finland, Sweden on the other side.
Hey, good feather in the cap of expanding Four Nations because they're like
what I meant to say was if Canada won, it was going to be now that it's not. It's Czech, which is like, hey,
let the boys play.
They should be here.
Let the boys play.
crazy stuff. Team USA juniors, like Ryan Leonard, definitely leading this charge. Gabe Perreault leading this charge. They have embraced the villain role in a big way. If you remember playing in Sweden last year, riling up the Sweden hometown crowd. Now they're doing it again. People are booing him, and they love it.
Yep.
They love it. So you know that the nation of Canada is going to be rooting against USA heavily.
Big time.
But chance to go back-to-back here for USA. Man, this happened last year. It never makes me not laugh how Canadians are the nicest people in the world, except if you joke about Canada hockey.
Correct.
Like, dude, Hockey Canada, we'll get into it on Wednesday. I won't waste too much time. But like Hockey Canada with some insane decisions on their roster, leaving guys off the roster. Their coaching decision was bad. Now they're the most penalized team in the league. I think some of those penalties are bad calls. And I'm also I'm here to tell you, Canada, some of them are undisciplined plays. Mm-hmm. Like those all weren't bullshit. But, they lose last night, and I tweeted like hockey, America's sport. Put it on the IG. Holy moly, the DMs.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it's like, get fucked, buddy. And I respond, I'm like, sorry, all in good fun. Like, I thought it was a friendly ride. And then immediately they're like, nah, sorry, I'm pissed that we lost.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, yep, you guys are the best.
Yeah.
I literally have nothing but love for Canada and everyone from Canada. But it is funny, like the nice Canadian goes away quick.
Dude,
if
Dan,
you make a
not
joke
only
about
that,
Canada.
I will say, bud, but also 2 underperforming Canadian players.
Yeah.
Like literally,
dude.
they ruthlessly attack children on their junior teams.
Bro, if you go to Easton Cowan's like Instagram
Dude,
page,
fucked.
the comments are like absolutely sewering the kid.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
It's wild.
Horrible.
Like the nicest nation on earth.
Yeah.
It's
like, guys.
Whoa.
Come on.
So yeah, that was a bummer. And I will say, I am slightly bummed. Not totally, because I think it's great for the Czech team to do what they're doing, but I was looking forward to the semifinal rematch in Canada.
Yeah, at least we got the one
great game. Yeah.
Great game, good win by USA. I obviously you would have loved to see it.
Yeah.
But I do like, this is big for the Czechs. Like it's
sick, dude. It's awesome.
The fact that they're not in 4 nations, they'll obviously be in the Olympics, but they're not in 4 nations. It's cool that they're in this. You don't want to play any of these teams. They're all
right.
great.
Get tough here.
So it's going to be super fun. We'll dial into that. Like we said, we're recording again on Monday. You'll have that on Wednesday. Can't wait. What a fun episode. We're super glad to be back. We love all of you guys. Happy New Year. And until we see you next episode,
2025 is all about one thing: skating hard.